Oh, do it. Do it. Is a great band from L.A. They're called The Ghost Inside. They're going to be doing Incarceration this weekend. They're one of your Saturday bands. So if you're going to see Pantera headline, stop by and see The Ghost Inside. I'm also going to play new stuff for you from them on Saturday night. We're back with another installment of 2 Hours to Midnight. It is our 2-hour metal show. On Saturday nights, I'm your host, Corey Roddick, Pat Butler with me as well. This weekend, it's all Incarceration bands. That's going on Friday, Saturday, Sunday out in Mansfield, of course. And so brand new stuff from The Ghost Inside. Of course, we'll play Megadeth. We'll play Lamb of God. We'll play Slaughter to Prevail. We'll play your requests. I'm going to dip in some local music, which I always like to do.
Yeah, I dip in there.
You got to dip in.
Yeah, I dip in a haunted house.
So local music from a band called Dark Secret for you. But it's going to be Saturday night. Should be right on time. Shouldn't be delayed by a Guardians game. That's earlier in the afternoon. So 10 to midnight this Saturday. Back with 2 hours of metal for you.
That works out great. Because
all Incarceration bands this weekend. Because of what?
I'm doing a show at the Cleveland Irish Cultural Fest, and that's from 9 to 10, so you can run from my show and jump in your car and catch 2 hours to midnight.
The beginning of, right. No, will your set go until 10? You're going to do an hour there?
I mean, they give me an hour block to fill, so.
Okay.
We'll probably cut it a little short just because they are doing fireworks. So whenever the fireworks start, we're done.
Okay.
Because I imagine the fireworks will start around 10.
See, I wish I would have known, because then I could have done, I guess I did know, but I was so focused on Incarceration, I could have done a full 2 hours of Irish metal.
Oh.
I could have done, who are Irish metal bands? Altar of Plagues, are they still around? Primordial. I could have, all
their music still is.
Municipal Waste, I think they're an Irish band. Probably a lot of them with Gaelic names that I don't know. But anyway, that's something to consider for Saturday night. A lot going on this weekend.
Lots going on.
Here in Northeast Ohio. There is a woman on TikTok who is I don't know if she's a travel agent. I think she is.
A travel agent?
Well, they do still exist. There are travel agents. There are people who are brokers for people who want to go on trips. And so they help them kind of.
It's like, I used to be a chimney sweep, but that.
Well, but travel agents are still a thing. Like, there are people who need a liaison between, especially now. I think maybe the age of travel agents might be kind of coming back around, because planning an extensive trip can get so complicated. Like, I have a friend whose wife is a travel agent, and she's always busy. You might not have a brick and mortar store anymore, with posters of Acapulco in the window. But if you're watching the live stream, I'll show you this woman because it's visually great as well. She is putting together a trip for somebody, and she was surprised and confused by what she found at this French hotel for add-ons for your experience. You can add on this and that and this and that. And she was kind of confused by what she found.
It's like, enhance your stay with these other things. And it's always like flowers, champagne, car service, massage, whatever. I truly thought that I was seeing something. Hold on, let me flip the camera. Totally normal, right? Bottle of wine, massage, fart.
So there's a pic on their website. There's a picture of two dogs lying on rocks, and it just says fart. Would you like to add fart as one of your perks in this?
What is fart? For free? Wait, what are the details? Fart free. The rate is per day. Should I book the client a fart?
A free fart. So that's exciting. Because my friend and his wife that we were out with in Vegas, they live in LA, but they are going to Paris this fall. And so we were recommending a lot of things for them to do. That's where Gwen and I got engaged. We went there 10 years ago. And so we were really kind of given that we don't know every nook and cranny, but we did a lot of stuff. We were in Paris over Christmas, 2012. And so we were like, do this, don't do this. Here's a good travel hack when you're there. My friend is in the process of learning French. and he's speaking pretty well. And I just told him, I said, they will appreciate you trying, because I speak enough conversational French where I was able to kind of get us around or get us out of a pinch. I screwed up a few times, but whatever. But I said, they will appreciate you trying, but they will also see you coming a mile away. Because you feel like, oh, they're not going to, they can tell Americans coming a mile away. But they still, anytime you're overseas, if you can speak any of the local language, it's usually appreciated. Rather than somebody walking in going, hey, how do I get a cab in this place? You know, because there's a lot of that too. I wish I had never seen fart as an add-on in our travels. So that sounds to me like a brand new development. And boy, that's amazing. That would be great. Well, the bureau chiefs in Tennessee.
Did she explain what it is?
No.
Well, what the heck?
It's clearly something lost in translation. I don't know. I mean, fart in French would be, pet.
Oh.
Fart. Fart. Pe.
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 Yeah, right. So, but it's a verb. Pate. I guess for the person putting up the site or whatever, just pet showed up as fart. So it doesn't mean pet. It's some conjugation of that verb. One of our bureau chiefs in Tennessee sent me the story, and the subject line said, why didn't you get this kind of attention? And it's because I was born in 1971. But there's a woman getting a lot of attention because she gave birth to a 13-pound baby. That's how big I was when I was born. I was the largest baby ever born at Kenner Army Hospital in Fort Lee, Virginia. I don't know if I still have that record, but this woman's getting a lot of attention because her baby, like I was, is like the size of a 3-month-old. And so people are like, oh my God. Now, I was born without the internet. They weren't, nobody was shipping Pampers into the barracks, into the military dormitories, wherever we lived. I don't know, I was a baby. I didn't know anything.
This was a shock for sure. Our first was 9:15, so we anticipated a bigger baby, but nothing like this. I'm getting used to it, but it's definitely hard because he wants to be held all the time, so working on those muscles right now. He does eat around the clock. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up for sure.
A 13-pound baby boy. Here's the kid if you're watching the live stream. Look at that big fatty. Big
Tubbo.
Hey, you
round,
little
round face.
chunker.
Yep.
Oh, what a chonky baby.
Newborn weighs over 13 pounds.
Oh, chonker.
And so, yeah, when I see baby pictures of myself, my mom would always laugh because she's like you filled up the bassinet. And I think I maintained that body weight probably until the 8th grade. But this is outside Nashville. And so one of our, as I established yesterday, we have a lot of bureau chiefs in Nashville. I don't know why. By the way, the texts that I was getting about Mary's popularity, her confusing popularity in places like Pakistan and India. Somebody texted me and said around 2018, India rolled out 5G, which increased the number of internet users in India pretty exponentially.
There's a lot,
lot
of
of people
people in
there.
India.
There are a lot of people.
Didn't
yes.
India pass China? I
In
think it's
population, yes.
yeah.
But again, I don't know. You know, China is very, they're real big on censorship of the internet. And
Well,
India is also very much kind of a despotic government there. And so I was not sure how they were about that. The guy running India right now is essentially an authoritarian president, Modi. But I wasn't sure how they...
But they do speak English as a second language more commonly.
Yep, that's true. The language barrier is a lot lower.
Yeah.
Well,
And there's also kind of a huge uptick in comedy in those regions. What was somebody did a comedy documentary about going to, I think it was
Hari?
not Hari. I think it was Jeff Ross or something. But he went and did a bunch of comedy shows in Pakistan and India. Man, I can't remember who it was, but they're building a scene there And then there's an increase in popularity of Indian comics in America. You got Zarna Garg, Nimesh.
Veer Das, he's coming
Veer
through.
Das,
He's doing
yeah.
like theaters.
Yeah. There's a lot. So I think stand-up comedy is just having a kind of a...
Kumail is a comic. People forget he's an actor
Kumail,
now,
yeah,
but I
from-
mean,
He's from Pakistan.
yeah.
Well, when I get enough money for the flight, you're going to see the Santora Middle East tour, 2020, probably 8.
I don't think it's in the Middle East.
India and Pakistan?
India's not.
They're right next to each other.
India's Asia.
Wait, India's not
Asia?
what?
I don't know where that is.
You don't
I
know
said
where
Middle
what is?
East, and he said that's not where that is.
No, India is not the Middle East.
Where is the Middle East?
It's in the Middle East.
I'm asking what countries are in it.
Well, you're talking about Syria and Iraq, and Pakistan does border India. If that's what you're talking about, you could go.
No,
and
I was in a totally different area.
Oh.
I was not thinking of the right spot.
Pakistan's got Afghanistan on one side and India on the other. So you could
Okay,
absolutely
wait a
do.
minute then.
You
Egypt-
you could do an Indian Pakistani tour. You could do. Mary Santora does Karachi, Islamabad, probably no further north than that, and then you do like Mumbai.
Well, because then after that, it's Egypt is my next biggest.
What about
Country.
Nepal?
I don't
Anybody
have
in
anything in Nepal.
Oh, well, you gotta get going in Nepal there. What about
You're
Vietnam?
not anyone until you're someone in Nepal.
Right. Now, wait a minute, though. Encyclopedia Britannica.
That's not a country.
No, I know that.
That's what
I'm
Poundcake's
trying
gonna
to-
change his name to when he gets married.
Middle East is comprised of Iraq, Iran, Israel, West
Yeah, it's like
Bank,
Syria, Lebanon,
Syria,
Iraq. Yeah, right.
But what it has highlighted,
Because
it
it's
looks
the
like
middle of the East, Mary.
It
you know how we're-
stops right at Pakistan.
we're at the east side here on 9th?
Yeah.
So once you cross
But,
9th,
okay.
it's the middle east of Cleveland.
I'm not wrong, though, because Egypt is in the Middle East.
Yes. We didn't
So-
say you were wrong. We just
But
said
I would go. No,
Pakistan.
Bill did.
I said India's not.
India's not the Middle East, but it
Okay.
does border Pakistan.
Pakistan is.
Which,
yeah.
no, Pakistan's not. It
Okay.
borders the Middle East.
All right.
It doesn't matter. I'm going over there.
Yeah.
And we'll never see you again.
I'm going to bring
Hey,
Raj,
have fun.
bring a translator / opener.
Can you imagine you go to all those places Poundcake wants to go before he goes? You go to like the
I
UAE.
told
Right,
you, dude, I'm
yeah.
telling
You're
you.
in Riyadh. You're like touring Abu Dhabi and
I
all
already
these
told
places
Brian, I was
that he
like-
covets.
I was like, I don't know what is aligning in my life to send us over there at some point. But for whatever reason, I feel like this is going to happen for us sooner than later.
Better
that
get
we're
a
gonna-
head wrap, sister.
that we're going to
Better
end
get a
up.
head wrap. Mary Santora in the Persian Gulf
Right.
this fall on Showtime. All right,
Maybe
well,
I'll be
there
a
you go.
princess or something. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
very exciting for you. Yeah. Brian's going to lose you to a sultan.
Trade me for diamonds or
You
something.
will you'll have a giant palace on the Caspian Sea.
Yeah.
You'll be the toast of Azerbaijan. Look at you.
I was texting my buddy Raj about it, and I was like, dude, has there ever been a white princess there? He goes, maybe when there was like British reign.
Oh, yeah. They all used to be
Because they're-
colonies. That's why
Yeah.
they all have,
Yeah.
speak English and British accents. And
He's like, yeah, there's always a princess, but not many white ones anymore.
like a Disney
you know?
movie.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be wild, though? You think of like bands and even comics, comics that are huge around the world.
Russell Peters.
Russell
comes to mind.
Peters. He's doing like he's doing football stadiums in Canada and around the world. And
And then he
he's
comes here and he'll do
hilarities.
Hilarities, yeah.
Yeah. So same thing with bands and other, some comics are just massive in other parts of the world. What if you really took, for whatever reason,
I don't
you
know.
can't look a gift camel in the mouth.
Right.
You end up being like huge in the Middle East.
Yeah, I don't know. It might happen.
Putting the bang in Bangladesh.
Right. When everyone's
Mary
like,
said Torah.
Mary's never around anymore. What happened to her? I'd be like, dude, she did one tour for Sultans. And now she never
Yeah,
has to
she's-
work
She has
again.
$50 million.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys will never hear from me again. If I get paid to perform for Sultans,
and
I'm
they-
gone.
and
No
the
one's
only
ever
re-
going to see me again.
The only reason they like your act is because you're talking about your dead dad, and they're like, yes, a dead American!
Yeah, right? And you know what? I'm fine with that. Another dead white man, you know? Pay me a ton of money, put us up in a fancy hotel, and
You know,
I send Cody pictures.
When they give Kim Kardashian or Beyonce a hard time for like getting $1 million to do a half-hour performance for MBS, right? The guy that, the dude that killed the Washington Post guy or whatever. They go, how could you do that? That's going to be Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Up and down the Gulf of Oman.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be like, I did 40 minutes and they gave me $5 million.
God,
You're never going to see me again.
I will, and not even like
I have Cairo next week, and then I'm in Djibouti.
I just do one 6-month tour
Yep.
in these places,
Yep.
and then I'm set for the rest of my life.
Yep. They're going to start calling you Myanmar.
It's fine.
You may know it as Burma.
The one guy,
Is that what Pete was predicting for you? Mary, one day.
Straight to the top.
You go
That's
to
right.
Middle East, no more problem.
Is that no problems?
I
Man.
had
Maybe Pete is your guardian angel. He's going to put you in Bangladesh.
maybe that's what it is. That's what's
Yeah.
all coming together.
They're like, free Tibet. Mary's like, no, I don't. I charge.
Not
I don't
free in Tibet.
perform for free in Tibet or anywhere else.
Hi, Sultan. How would you like to buy 5,000 copies of Hillbilly Booty?
And you're like, perfect. I love that.
They're signed and
Absolutely.
numbered.
Give
That's
them right
right.
here.
Yep.
So, in
What'd you call me? No, I said Lahore.
one of the guys emailed me telling me how much he appreciated my comedy and what a big fan he was, and he referred to me.
Good for you.
I am from India. I am watching all your videos. Am not understand your all words, but subtitles help. Thank you so much. And then he said,
Did you say I am not understand all your all words either?
No, but then he said, thank you so much.
Raj is getting so good.
Santora J.I. And I said, what does that mean? And my buddy was like, that's huge. That's like a term of respect. Like that
Wow.
means that they're differentiating you. It's not like a marital status thing, but it's like calling someone like sir or
Right.
madam. Like that's a
In
big term of respect.
Tagalog, they do po.
Yeah.
It was like a big, you had po for respect.
Now, again, you know how fickle showbiz is. You certainly don't want a group to turn on you either mid-show. You want to
she
make
gets stuck
sure
there,
that
she can
you're...
run a call center.
Yeah.
No, dude. They'll cut off my hands or something. I don't know what would happen.
Yeah.
Because then I'm breaking all the rules, right? I don't think women are supposed to be
How did Mary do?
Opinionated for sure.
opinionated. I don't know. I'm going to have to wear very, very like non-revealing clothing.
How'd she do? She killed. Oh, good. Well, she's the toast of Dubai. Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Steve? How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Hanging in.
Mary, I also failed geometry or geography.
There you
excuse
go.
me.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
And
figure it
English.
out, exactly. So I went to the Dominican, and as you were explaining about at least knowing something, I'm Puerto Rican, don't really speak it, conversational. I wore a Cleveland Indians at the time Guardians hat, and everyone absolutely told me, do you know who Jose Ramirez is? I got by at my resort fan-freaking-tastic because I said, yeah, he plays for my hometown. So I agree with you. Having a little knowledge of the area and having a little conversation with the locals, you get by great.
Plus, the
It's
Dominican
awesome.
Republic is like a baseball factory. So it's like they're just
Oh, it
cranking out
absolutely was.
players from.
Well, they were hitting me with, do you know Fernando Tatis? Do you know Acuna? Do you know? They were going across the board. I'm like,
And you
no,
can just say, yeah, right? You just go, oh, yeah, I know all those guys. Yes.
yeah, I'm
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
So, but no, I totally agree with you. It's a hack for any country, anywhere you go. If you got enough conversation to mix it with the locals, you're good.
All right. Thank you, Steve. There you go. A little life hack for you. Well, listen, Mary could be off and running to an amazing and unexpected pivot in her career.
Never know.
Still performing her material the way she wants, but for an audience she never saw coming.
Well, I thought about that. I was like, would they have a translator? Because you can't do subtitles.
You better hope they're getting it right.
No,
That's what I mean.
a lot of those places, they
speak
enough English that they'll be able to understand you.
Well, like that
The
guy who
idioms
emailed me,
they
he's
might
like,
not get
yeah,
it.
I don't really understand, but the subtitles help me a lot. That they can probably read it better than they can understand if you're speaking quickly. You know, who knows? But we'll see. So that's what's on the rise for me.
Good for you. Very exciting.
And we're struggling to sell tickets in Cleveland, Ohio. So this Friday and Saturday.
Isn't that the way it is?
Hilarious comedy.
Isn't
club.
that? Let's get Cleveland's Burmese immigrant community
Yes,
together
please.
and enjoy the wit and wisdom of one Mary Santora. I got a break here. You want to get the